we are covering one of the most fundamental topics in the statics portion of the FE Civil exam, truss analysis, specifically focusing on when to use the method of joints versus the method of sections. This choice is a strategic one that can save you critical minutes on exam day. The core concepts for trusses can be found in the statics section of the NCEES FE Reference Handbook. The first step before applying either method is almost always to solve for the external support reactions by treating the entire truss as a single rigid body. Forgetting this is a common and costly mistake. Now, let's break down the two methods. The method of joints is best used when you need to find the forces in all or many of the truss members. You analyze the equilibrium at each joint one by one, using the sum of forces in the x direction equals 0 and the sum of forces in the y direction equals 0. The critical exam prep here is knowing the limitation. You can only solve a joint if it has a maximum of 2 unknown member forces. If you started a joint with 3 or more unknowns, you will get stuck. You must find a starting joint, typically at a support with only 2 members, and work your way across the truss. Always assume unknown forces are in tension, meaning they pull away from the joint. If your calculation yields a negative result, it simply means the member is in compression. On the other hand, the method of sections is your go-to for speed when the exam asks for the force in 1 or 2 specific members, especially if they are in the middle of a large truss. This method involves making an imaginary cut through the truss. The key is that your cut can go through no more than 3 members with unknown forces, because you have 3 available equilibrium equations: sum of forces in x, sum of forces in y, and sum of moments. The ability to use the sum of moments is the major advantage here. By carefully choosing a point to sum moments about, you can often eliminate 2 of the 3 unknown forces from the equation, allowing you to solve for the desired member force directly. A common exam trick is to present a problem where using the method of joints would be incredibly time-consuming, making the method of sections the only practical approach. Before you even start with joints or sections, always perform a quick scan for zero-force members. These are members that, due to the geometry and loading, carry no load. Identifying them first can dramatically simplify your free body diagrams and calculations. The NCEES loves testing this concept, sometimes as a standalone question. A memorable way to keep the strategies straight is this: joints are for the journey, sections are for the shortcut. Use the method of joints when you need to analyze the entire truss journey, and use the method of sections when you need a quick shortcut to a specific member. For free practice questions, AI-powered explanations, and more exam prep tools, visit openexamprep.com. That's openexamprep, all one word, .com.